Hi everyone, I am RV Kiran. Today I would like to explain the concept of Introduction to the Advanced Materials. In this, I am going to discuss about the topics of introduction of composites, various phases in the composites, and basic classification of the composites. And this is my first lecture in the advanced materials concept. Next, going to the first slide, we have different types of materials widely used for the generation of composites. Hence, these are all in the world of materials. So, there are ceramics, metals, polymers, natural materials, and foams. So, this classification or this material classification is based on the matrix purpose. So, matrix purpose means metal matrix composite, polymer matrix composite, and ceramic matrix composite. So, latest edition of the research of composites is GFRP. So, GFRP means glass fiber reinforced polymers, KFRP, Kevlar fiber reinforced polymers, and CFRP, carbon fiber reinforced polymers. So, these are all the types of polymer based composites. So, here we also have the natural fibers. Natural fibers means in the types of natural materials, that is flax, cotton, natural fibers, etc. So, in the section of foams, there are metal foams, ceramic foams, and glass foams. And in the section of ceramics or glasses, there is soda glass, aluminum glass, silicon carbide glass, etc. And in the polymers, there are thermosetting resins and thermoplastic resins. So, in the classification of thermosets and thermopolymers, there is polypropylene, nylon, etc. But in the metals, all the materials are of metal kind, that is cast irons, aluminum alloys, copper alloys, nickel alloys, and titanium alloys. So, these are all the materials for the generation of composites. So, let us first see the definition of the composite. So, the general class, the definition of the composite is two or more materials combined to form a composite. So, we have to take any two or more materials. So, that is one metal, one polymer, one ceramic. So, a composite materials is made by combining two or more materials, but these different materials have very different properties. So, we are considering one metal, that is copper, one polymer, that is nylon, and one ceramic, that is glass fiber or any other thing. So, when we mix these three materials, they consists of different properties. So, the two combined materials work together to give the composite unique properties. So, we have the most unique properties in the different materials. However, the combined materials does not dissolve or blend into each other, that is fully mixed, that is blend into each other. So, this is the basic definition of the composite. So, why should we use composites? So, let us consider it as advantages. So, firstly, we going to the advantage of light in weight. So, in olden days, we used to use the metals, and then the development begins and then goes to alloys, and we are going to the composites. So, in the alloy, there are all kind of metals only, no more materials, only metals have been used there. But in the composites, there are different types of materials which reduces the weight of a body or a prototype. So, first condition is the light in weight condition. So, we want to reduce the body weight. Next, strength to weight ratio, stiffness to the weight ratio. So, it is the most important advantage for the composite material. So, we used to get the strength to weight ratio and stiffness to the weight ratio. Next, the composite properties are better compared to the common engineering materials. Common engineering metals means cast iron, stainless steel, and other metals. So, the properties compared to the copper or stainless steel or cast iron is lesser than the properties that is in the composites. Next, composites cannot corrode like steel. Corrode means corrosion. It is the corrosive resistance. So it gets, it does not get the corrosion like stainless steel or other metals. Next, possible to achieve good combinations of properties not attainable with metals, ceramics or polymers alone. So we used to consider different types of combinations. So one time we use the metal and a polymer, the other time we use the polymer or a ceramic, the other time we use the natural fibers. So but fabrication or production also cheap. So when we use to manufacture a material, the fabrication cost or the production cost is also very cheap compared to the other fabrication process. Next, we used to define the difference between the alloy versus composites. So composite is the development state of alloy. So in olden days we used to use the pure metal, so that is cast iron or steel or copper, bronze, brass, that one. But next, coming to the alloy, we used to mix two metals, so that is copper with the aluminum or copper with stainless steel, that one. But coming to the composites, we used to get mixed with the two or more materials. So going to the alloy condition, first one is the alloy is a mixture of two or more metallic components with other elements. So we have already discussed about the alloy, that is a combination of two or more metals. So only pure metals have been used here. But coming to the composite, it is a mixture of non-metallic composition. So non-metallic components means polymers, ceramics. So these are all comes under the non-metallic components. Next, alloy have always at least one metal element. So it will purely be metallic structure. So alloy want to become alloy is becoming a metallic structure, but composite do not have any metallic atoms. So we used to define it in the polymers or ceramic stage or natural fibers. Next, alloy can be either homogeneous or heterogeneous, but composite are always heterogeneous. So it have a luster due to presence of a metal, but composite does not have a luster of components. Luster means heavy compact with the sizes of molecules. Next, alloy can conduct electricity due to presence of a metal. So we already know that metals pass the electricity, but a composite cannot. So in the composite, polymer composites can conduct electricity, whereas others cannot. Only polymer matrix composites can only exhibit the electricity, but other structures like fibers or polymers or foams, natural fibers, these composites does not exhibit the conduction of electricity. So next we going to the topic of composition of composites. So what is the internal behavior of composites? So we have to consider the internal behavior. So internal behavior means what is the composition in the composite, what is behind in the composite. So a matrix plus reinforcement combines to form a composite. So what is in the matrix? So matrix consists of thermoplastic and thermosetting resins. So in the thermoplastic resins, the examples are nylon, polypropylene, PET, ABS, PC, PPO, PPS. So these are all the short forms. And next, going to the thermosettings, the examples are polyester, vinyl ester, epoxy and phenolics. So matrix means the total body form or the DNA form of the material, but reinforcement is the minor congruent, so which we added through the minor congruents in the matrix. So that is the glasses or aramids or carbons or natural fibers, etc. So these are all comes under the reinforcement. So when the matrix is mixed with the minor congruents of the reinforcement, we get a composite through different materials. Next, phases of composites. So composites commonly has two different types of phases. First one is the primary phase and second one is the secondary phase. So in the primary phase, a matrix phase is embedded in the secondary phase in the form of a matrix. But in the secondary phase, it used to serve the strength of composite. That is, we are used to adding the reinforcement phase. So we use it to add some reinforcement as minor congruents. So minor congruent means 10 to 15% or 20% of the total material. So in these two phases, the composite can be concluded. So first one is the primary phase and second one is the secondary phase. So primary phase also can be considered as matrix phase. Secondary phase can be also be considered as reinforcement phase. Next one is the basic classification of composites. So how composites can be divided into different types. So composites can be divided into three different types, mainly three different types. First one is the particle reinforcement, second one is the fiber reinforcement, and third one is the structural composites. So in the particle reinforcements, it can be divided into two forms. First one is the large particle reinforced, next one is the dispersion strengthened. But in the fiber reinforcement, it also can be divided into continuous and discontinuous fiber reinforcement. So in the continuous, it can be aligned, but in the discontinuous, it is in the form of short fibers. Again, discontinuous fibers can be divided into two types. That is, first one is the aligned type, second one is the randomly oriented type, and last one is the structural composites. So in the structural composites, it can be divided into two types, laminate composites and sandwich panels. So the basic classification, structural composites are two types, that is laminates, we consider it as lamina, and second one is the sandwich panels. Sandwich panels means a lamina embedded in the form of other material which is also called as a lamina. So we generally see it a burger or any bread material, that is sandwich panels. So hereby we conclude the topics. So introduction, phases and classification of composites. Thank you.